This is a compliance review hearing and cause number DC. Have the parties identified.
Deidre Ward with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office, present on behalf of the department. Alejandra Mosquedo is my supervisor and Andrea Lusk is my worker. I don't see Andrea on the screen that I'm looking at, but present and hopefully ready.
Leanne Faust, attorney for mom.
Okay, do I have Miss Evelyn present? Do I have the worker present?
She may be with Miss Mosquedo.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I was having difficulties with my computer, but yes, we're both on.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me how Miss Moore is doing in services this month.
This month hasn't been so well for Miss Moore. I took Kenya, got her enrolled in Matthews, got the baby set up with daycare in Matthews. Kenya went about the first week or so, then she just stopped going, or she was going here and there. Kenya has not been residing at her grandmother, Miss Alice's home on a consistent basis. She's been staying from different friends' homes to friends' home. 2 or 3 days ago by, and Miss Alice haven't seen her or have any idea where she is. Kenya did provide me with a friend. I did get that friend approved. Kenya did stay there at the friend's house for a couple of days, but Kenya started having the boyfriend, well, not the boyfriend, the baby daddy, Jay Twan. He came over to the house a couple of times. So that friend is no longer allowing Kenya there, but Kenya will take the baby over there some days and drop the baby off and then leave. She never knows when Kenya is coming to get the baby or when she's picking the baby up. The last incident, she dropped the baby off with a wet diaper on and 1 scoop of formula left in his can. You know, she's tried to talk to Kenya on numerous occasions. I've tried to talk to Kenya. Her grandma has tried to talk to Kenya. I've spoken with Kenya about allowing Caden to go and stay with his grandmother, Jasmine, until she gets herself together and get more stable. She did allow Caden to go over there for 1 night, but then she went back and picked him up from Jasmine's home. I've taken Kenya to WIC appointments because she didn't have any formula. She had some type of toddler formula that she was giving Caden. She said she was out of formula. She didn't have a WIC card. So I took Kenya to the WIC office to get a new card and to get formula for Caden. She's just been very inconsistent in going to school, getting him to daycare. As of Monday, she was dropped from, I received a call from the principal at Matthews Alternative School. She had missed 9 consecutive days, so she's been dropped from Matthews. She would have to try to re-enroll back in Estacada. And Caden was also dropped from daycare because that program, the child goes to daycare while mom is in school. And if mom's not going to school, then he can't go to daycare.
Ms. Fouch.
I'm super disappointed. I think we had hoped the last time we were here, we were extending it one more time to get her re-enrolled in Matthews. I have not heard from her. I wasn't aware of all the issues that were going on, but I haven't had contact with her. I've never had contact with Dad, although I think initially I was appointed for him and then we weren't doing services with him. I thought he was out of the picture. So I'm extremely disappointed. I don't know what else to share with the court because I haven't had contact with her.
Ms. Evelyn.
I just have the same concerns I did before, and doesn't sound like we've made any headway.
Okay, Ms. Ward, is the department asking me for any sanctions today?
I think the department's decided to go a different route, and so we were working on getting that paperwork together. I think that was our solution.
Okay, for now, I'm going to set it for another review hearing March the 7th at 2. Anything else on Kenya Moore?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay. We'll be adjourned. Thank you.
thank you.
This is a permanency hearing and cause numbers identified.
Deidre Ward with the Lubbock County District. Sorry. Is that me? No.
No, it's Ms. Reyes.
Deidre Ward with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office, present on behalf of the department. Here present with St. Francis worker Audrey Reyes, case supervisors Amanda Roberts were present and ready.
Heather Threadgill, attorney ad litem for Amelia. Present and ready.
Okay, tell me about Amelia. Amelia is in a foster home.
Yes, ma'am. She is currently with Tasha and Jaden. She was placed there on 11/24. That was the day she was released from the Children's Covenant Hospital. And Tasha and Jaden are actually on, and they would like to talk a little bit about Amelia and how she's doing.
Okay, Tasha and Jay, I want to unmute.
She is doing really good. She has she has 2 holes in her heart still, and she's still on oxygen. So other than that, she's doing really good, I'd say.
Okay. Do we have a follow-up with a heart doctor?
Yes, in March, I believe.
Right. Are we concerned about surgery, or do we think those are going to heal on their own, or?
They are hoping that they'll heal on their own, but they are unsure of it yet.
He wasn't concerned about it though at all.
Okay. And what about the oxygen? How long do we think we're going to need that?
We went to the lung doctor on Friday, and they said 1 to 3 months about still.
Okay, and this baby was born 13 weeks premature. So it's a blessing that those are our only medical issues, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, but the doctors have positive prognoses for her?
Yeah.
Good. All right, Mr. Gill, any concerns with Amelia?
No concerns, Your Honor. She is doing really, really well. And as we can see, she's super, super cute. And I believe foster mom told me she mainly needs the oxygen at night. So that sounds like an improvement from where we were. So I think we're definitely heading in the right direction.
Okay. Very good. Other than those issues, are we developing, we think, like we're supposed to be?
I would say she's just behind because of prematurity,
Okay.
but we're working on it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Does St. Francis have any concerns with the baby or the placement?
No, ma'am, not at this time. Amelia's also receiving OT and PT through ECI 2 times per month. So they are also going out there to help her out with that as well.
All right. And it looked like the report indicates that the parents have not been located, not in contact with the department, and not working services.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to appoint an attorney for Mr. Rios because it's my understanding he's been served by publication. Is that right? All right, we'll get an attorney appointed to him. And then I'll set this for a permanency and a final hearing May the 25th at 9.
And Your Honor, I would also like to update y'all. We have requested an ICPC. We've submitted one, I'm sorry, on Amelia's great grandmother, who has pretty much been in contact since the beginning. But she has verbally told me that she would be willing to take Amelia. She is in Las Vegas. She also has Amelia's 4-year-old sister, who she's also adopted. And so that has been submitted, and they have already reached out to Debbie. And so they are also working on that as well at this time.
Okay. Is that grandmother getting contact, any sort of FaceTime or anything like that?
We've been giving her pictures. She also has been in contact with Tasha as well with the current placement, and they have been sharing photos and text messages and things like that.
Good. Does she know where the parents might be?
No, ma'am, she does not. She keeps in contact with me pretty regularly, and she has not heard anything from either parent.
Okay. Is this one of the states that requires relatives to get licensed before placement can happen?
No, that was a prior placement. That placement did have to be licensed before the ICPC could be requested. That placement did not want to get licensed. And that was a fictive kin. This would be Amelia's great grandmother. This placement does not require for them to be licensed before placement. So they're just at the very beginning stages of doing the home study and all that other stuff right now.
Okay. All right, very good. Anything else on Amelia?
No, ma'am.
All right, final hearing, May 25th at 9, and the next permanency. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.
We'll be adjourned.
Thank you.
This is a permanency hearing in cause number Fletcher. Let me have the parties identify.
Deidre Ward with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office, present on behalf of the department. The department's represented today by St. Francis Ministries worker Destiny Schwartz. Case supervisors Jennifer Garlett were present and ready.
Lindsay Murray on behalf of the mother, Niviana Fletcher, I'm present.
Jim Shaw, attorney ad litem.
Lester Casa.
Gabby Gutierrez Casa.
Okay, Azalia is in a foster home as of January the 9th.
Yes, ma'am. She is placed with Megan Moore, who's also in the courtroom today. She has been placed there since the 9th. She's doing very well. She's getting along good. She's starting to talk more. Her speech is becoming a lot more clear. She's still all independent. She'll tell you what she wants and when she wants it. She'll tell you whenever I went over there, she told me, come sit down, come eat, sit down. I was like, okay, yes, ma'am. She loves watching YouTube's kids, watching them do different crafts and stuff. She loves chicken nuggets. She is working on speech therapy in school right now. They do have an ARD meeting scheduled for the 16th. So hopefully we can get a better understanding of what she needs to better suit her needs at school. She also has a sedated ABR just to kind of assess her hearing needs. That was scheduled for January, but due to weather and icy roads and everything, it got rescheduled till the 14th of this month. She is up to date on her medical and dental appointments. She did have a follow-up after the removal due to that drug test and her testing positive. There have been no further concerns there. And then placement is also trying to work on getting her set up in play therapy.
Okay, I think I saw in CASA's reports that we do have some behavior issues at school.
Yes, ma'am. There was a report made to me that Azalia had kicked another student during carpet time, mat time. That's really the only report that I received.
Is that what the play therapy is for?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll come back to why the child was moved, but Mr. Shaw, concerns with the child in the current placement?
Not in the current placement, Your Honor. Concerns about the drug test and the moving around of the child and the lack of stability.
Okay, we'll come back to all that, but CASA, any concerns regarding the child in the current placement?
No, not with the current placement. We are very pleased that she is doing so well. We are anxious for her to get the hearing test done so she can get the hearing aids that she needs so she can communicate.
Ms. Fletcher, do you have any concerns regarding Azalia in the current placement?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. This case is in, Azalia is in the permanent managing conservatorship of the department, and Ms. Fletcher is working services to try to get the department out of the case. Ms. Fletcher had the child in her care until January, and then what happened in January to necessitate the child going into foster care.
So in January, there was an intake that was called in, alleging that there was underage drinking and partying going on in the home. There was people coming in all hours of the day and night. And then there was also concerns with firearms being discharged in the home. I went out with investigations, and we assessed the situation. And then Niviana had agreed to place a child in a family home until she got the drug test completed. We got those drug test results back. Her hair strand was positive for marijuana, and then her UA was negative, but we also administered an alcohol test, and that was positive. We also drug tested Ozalia, and she was positive for methamphetamine. And then Niviana was unable to give any information for possible caregivers, any kinship, fictive kin.
Okay, I did not sign the order to return to care because I saw in the file that the department gave notice of intent to move the child, and I did not see any objections to that. So we're still in the permanent managing conservatorship at this point of the department. And Ms. Murray, your client did not file an objection or object to that change in placement. Is that right? You're on mute, Ms. Murray.
Sorry, that is correct. There wasn't an objection filed at that point.
Okay. All right. So what's the plan now, Ms. Ward?
We have, subsequent to that removal on January the 18th, I believe, filed a motion to modify the prior court order, including termination grounds as to both parents. That has not been served on anybody as of this point. I was looking today. I have requested service. So we would ask that at some point we have a final hearing set on that issue, but we will develop a plan of service and kind of go from the start, I guess is the best way to say. Niviana had made lots of really good progress. I think that instability is an area we really need to address with her and just staying put. So hopefully we can work with Niviana and Ms. Murray and alleviate these issues, but.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it for another permanency hearing after a final order, at least until you get all the parents served. And the next review hearing will be June the 6th at 2. But I'm going to order the parties to participate in a settlement conference between now and then to see if we can work out any sort of agreement. If not, we'll set up a plan of service for the parents and see if we can work towards a reunification or certainly set it for a final hearing, another final hearing at that point. Okay. So we're set for another review hearing just like this one, June the 6th at 2, until y'all let me know if there's any change that needs to be made. All right, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Fletcher, good luck to you, ma'am. I'll see you back June the 2nd at 2. I'm sorry, the 6th at 2. June the 6th at 2. Thank y'all.
Yes,
This is a permanency hearing in cause number DC. Are the parties identified?
Deidre Ward with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office, present on behalf of the department. The department's represented by St. Francis Ministries caseworker Destiny Schwartz, case supervisor Jennifer Garlett. We're present and ready.
Sarah Hudman, attorney for mother Mary Garcia, who is present in the virtual courtroom.
Leanne Fouts, attorney ad litem for JC, present ready.
Okay, Julio was placed with his grandmother, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. And I believe they're the couple in the truck, the name Jessica.
Got it. All right, Ms. Schwartz, tell me about Julio. Looks like he's doing well. No issues there.
He's doing well. I saw him last night. He is such a sweetheart. He was blowing kisses at me and talking and just full of energy. He likes playing with his ring toss toys. He has a squishmallow that he absolutely loves. He loves eating. He was eating some chicken last night and mashed potatoes, and he was all into it. He's completely bonded to his grandparents. He is talking a lot. He's walking, running. He is an OT once a week while he's at daycare. They visit with him over there. He's meeting his goals. They're working on setting new goals for him. He is up to date on his medical and dental appointments. He does currently have an ear infection in his left ear and then fluid built up in his right. He had an allergic reaction last Friday to cat hair, and he had to be taken to emergency clinic. They did prescribe him lidocaine for his throat. He had some fever blisters. Since then, it seems to be doing better. They've had no reactions since Friday. And then they do have him on amoxicillin and Tylenol as well.
Okay, do we have an approved home study on the grandmother?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Yes, we do.
All right, Ms. Fouts, any concerns with Julio?
Not for the most part, no. I do think it's important to note that among his words, he likes to say the word dude. I'm not wondering who taught him the word dude, but I think it's cute as ever. I have a lot bigger concerns about the cat allergy, only because there's been a few issues. I think mom has cats. And so when it comes for the visits, JC has some issues with runny nose. It's not a dramatic reaction, but he is having some issues after the visits with a degree of allergic reaction. So I'm hoping that mom will do what she needs to do to get rid of those cats. Because I think the baby has some of the same issues, but he's, for the most part, he's sleeping through the night, I think, but he is having some sleeping issues after visits.
Where did the visits take place?
In the grandparents' home.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, do you have any concerns regarding Julio?
No, ma'am.
All right. Tell me about mom's progress and services.
So she is currently living with her father and stepmother. I have not had the opportunity to visit that residence since the case was just transferred. Seminole did see it while he was on the case. It was reported to be appropriate. She also does have her own house. It has been seen to be cluttered and messy. There was no heat whenever he last saw it. She is currently employed, but is not currently working at Sonic. She is not working due to being on maternity leave. That verification has been provided to me. She was participating in individual counseling with Holly Waddell. She has not attended since December, since she gave birth. She has not re-engaged since giving birth to the baby. She has not initiated women's group with Choices Counseling at this point. And then for parenting classes, she reported that she registered with Parenting Cottage on Friday, but has not attended any sessions to this point. And then we also sent her for a drug test today. And we do not have those results back.
But all of her prior drug tests have been negative, correct?
That's correct.
Ms. Hudman, anything else to add?
No, I don't, Mary, unless you've got something to add regarding progress in your services that they didn't mention.
I am currently looking for my own place since the house is becoming hard to fix up. So I'm looking at apartments to move into, and I'm looking at I'm going online on Indeed to get better paying jobs, and I have been applying for other jobs.
What are you gonna do about the cats?
I am going to give him to my grandmother, hopefully. If not, then I'm looking to giving him to a better home, because like they said that Julio's very allergic to him, and I won't be getting any other animals for Julio's sake.
Okay. Ma'am, you got a lot of work to do, a lot of
Yes, ma'am.
progress to make between now and the final hearing. You don't
Yes,
have
ma'am.
time to wait.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your final hearing is going to be May the 25th at 9. And I'll set the
Yes,
next permanency hearing that day as well, May 25th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have Mr. Steele served?
I was looking, and maybe it's because my eyeballs are not working, but I don't see that that's happened. So I'm asking Diane to look for me, and then we will get an email.
You can ask Jessica and Damon, because apparently he has been in contact. They bought me a phone that was taken away, but he contacted me over Facebook, and I have they told me about it, but I don't want any communication with him at all. So you can ask them about that. I don't know, because last I heard he was in jail, but whenever he was talking to them, he said he was out of jail. I don't know where he's at right now.
And maybe we can work with Miss Hudman, so we know where Jessica and Damon are, so we can contact them. But that
They're
would be
right there. They're the placement.
Oh, I'm so slow.
Okay. Let's everybody get on the same page about where Mr. Steele might be, and I'm going to appoint him an attorney.
Yeah, I think he's somewhere in Lubbock. I don't know where. If I'm guessing right.
Okay, next hearing will be May 25th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. Mary, get in contact with me, okay?
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
be adjourned.
Check your phone. Sorry, Judge.
That's okay.
Thank you.
And I'll be back at 3 for the next hearing.